5 significant happenings after Jesus' demise. Number 1. The earth trembled and rocks split. As written in Matthew 27:51, and the earth shook and the rocks split. At the moment of Jesus Christ's death, the earth shook with an inexplicable force, and the rocks split as if they were paper. This event was not just a physical reaction of nature, but also a profound spiritual sign. The death of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, caused a tremor in the natural world as if creation itself felt the impact of this monumental loss. The earthquake symbolized the breaking of old barriers between man and God. Each crack in the rocks represented the breaking of spiritual obstacles, marking the beginning of a new era of direct connection with the divine. For those who witnessed the event, the shock and the sensation that the end of times had arrived were inevitable. Imagine a farmer working in the fields feeling the ground tremble under his feet. An event of this kind would certainly provoke deep reflections on the significance of Jesus' death. This terrifying and spiritual experience not only marked the beginning of an internal transformation, but also served as a spiritual wake-up call for many. Nature reacted in an unprecedented way, showing the connection between the physical and the spiritual. Therefore, the earthquake was not just a historical event, but a powerful symbol of the fundamental change that Jesus' death brought to the cosmos and the hearts of men. Number 2. Tombs opened and the dead were resurrected in Jerusalem. In Matthew 27:51-52, it is written, "The earth shook, the rocks split, and the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life." After Jesus Christ's death, tombs opened, and many saints were resurrected, appearing in Jerusalem. This extraordinary event was not just a physical manifestation, but a sign of a deeper spiritual truth. The resurrection of these saints was a powerful testimony to Jesus' victory over death. These resurrected saints were seen walking the streets of Jerusalem, creating an atmosphere of awe and reverence. Imagine the surprise and joy of those who recognized their resurrected loved ones, a miracle that defied human understanding. This phenomenon symbolized the new life promised by Jesus to all who believed in him, a foretaste of the future resurrection. For someone living at that time, encountering a known or revered saint resurrected would have been a transformative experience. This event reinforced faith and hope in the promise of salvation and eternal life brought by Jesus. The opening of the tombs and the resurrection of the saints was not just a miracle to be admired from afar, but an invitation to a renewed life and reflection on one's mortality and the promise of eternal life through faith. Number 3. The temple veil was torn. In Matthew 27:51, it is written, "At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom." At the moment of Jesus Christ's death, the veil of the temple that separated the Holy of Holies was torn in two. This veil represented the barrier between God and humanity, a sign of God's inaccessible holiness and the need for priestly mediation. Its tearing symbolized the new and living hope open to all by Jesus' death. Before, only the high priest could enter the Holy of Holies once a year to offer sacrifices for the sins of the people. With the veil torn, the path to God was opened for all, eliminating the need for intermediaries. Jesus' death opened a new path of direct access to God, marking the beginning of a new era of personal and intimate relationship with the Creator. For the faithful of that time, the vision of the torn veil was a cultural and spiritual shock. Imagine a devotee confronted with the vision of the torn veil, challenging their deepest beliefs and inviting them to explore a new form of worship and connection with God. The tearing of the veil also serves as an invitation for us to reflect on our own spiritual barriers, encouraging us to seek a direct and personal connection with the divine. Number 4. Darkness over the land. In Matthew 27:45, it is written, "From noon until 3 in the afternoon darkness came over all the land." At the moment when Jesus Christ was hanging on the cross, a mysterious darkness covered the land from noon until 3 in the afternoon. This supernatural event was more than a simple absence of light. It was a cosmic sign of the weight of the crucifixion. Nature seemed to mourn Jesus' imminent death, reflecting the gravity of the moment. This darkness had a profound spiritual meaning, symbolizing the world's mourning for the magnitude of the sacrifice taking place. For those present, the darkness must have been terrifying and incomprehensible. Imagine being in Jerusalem, going about daily activities when suddenly day turns to night. This unexpected event forced everyone to stop and reflect on what was happening, pondering Jesus' words and actions. The darkness also symbolizes the moments of despair and doubt that we all face in our lives. Just as the light returned after those 3 hours, there is always hope that God's light can shine again even in the darkest moments. Jesus' death reminds us that despite temporary darkness, the light of salvation and divine love is always within our reach. Number 5. The centurion's recognition. In Matthew 27:54, it is written, "When the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, 'Surely he was the Son of God.'" At the moment of Jesus Christ's death, the Roman centurion who was guarding the crucifixion was impacted by the supernatural events. Witnessing the earthquake, the darkness, and Jesus' behavior, he concluded that Jesus was truly the Son of God. The centurion's declaration is significant because it comes from someone who was a pagan and far removed from the Jewish faith. The centurion's recognition was an authentic testimony and an act of spiritual courage. His reaction to seeing the earthquake and the darkness, along with the serene manner in which Jesus faced his death, led him to recognize Jesus' divinity. For a Roman soldier trained to be skeptical and rational, this recognition was a radical change of perspective. For Jesus' followers and skeptics, the testimony of a Roman centurion was a powerful testimony of authenticity. The centurion's public declaration provided an unexpected validation of Jesus' mission and identity, leading many to reconsider their beliefs and accept Jesus Christ's message. This event is a reminder that divine truth can reach and transform anyone, regardless of their background or previous beliefs. The extraordinary events that followed Jesus Christ's death offer a window into the greatness and impact of his sacrifice. Each supernatural manifestation, from the earthquake to the centurion's recognition, not only challenges common understanding, but also invites us to reflect on the profound meaning of these revelations. How do these events resonate in your life? Do they challenge you to reconsider your beliefs and draw closer to God in a more personal and meaningful way? If you want to explore more about the transformative power of faith, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Together, let's continue the journey of spiritual discovery and transformation.